If there is one person you do not want to be right now, it is Hardik Pandya. We knew it would be a difficult crowd waiting for him at his own home ground, Mumbai's own home ground at the T20 League, and predictably so. Hardik Pandya was booed at Gujarat, and even though that was harsh, it is predictable. The fans felt betrayed, and then he was booed at a neutral ground in Hyderabad. And when that happens, we sensed mayhem was going to come home, and surely in Wankhede, India's cricket stadium in Mumbai, where Mumbai Indians took on Rajasthan Royals, you had to wait for toss time to know it would all start again. And Sanjay Manjrekar, one of the commentators and a Mumbai boy, took it upon himself to tell the crowd to behave. Sanju Samson, the captain at the opposite captain, was applauding just as he was announced. And maybe that just spurred them to go at it some more. Sanjay Manjrekar is a voice in cricket, yes, but clearly he's not going to be enough to stop this bunch. And it is becoming a very predictable, sad and ugly picture. Just about everywhere Mumbai goes, and clearly there is no respite, not even at home now. I understand the feeling. Fans are invested. It is like questioning the football fans, the most passionate ones around the world, about why they get so physically involved, so invested in a game and react to the result in a certain way. We get the passion, but after a point you are tempted to say, give the guy a bit of a break, because what this is doing is taking all the attention away from the sport, from the game, from what could be some scintillating cricket. It is pulling Mumbai's morale down, and maybe that is the point of this. Fans of the franchise have turned against the team itself. And so it's great. They want to see the team lose. But that is the other question then. The purpose of a fan, a true sport fan, and in this case, a cricket fan, is it to express and feel really, or is it to see your team win? Because fans stopped booing once Hardik started hitting and once Hardik started playing well with the bat, and cheering once he whacked those sixes and fours. He did end up being the top scorer for his side, although it was a very modest total. So I repeat, what is the purpose then? That is a loaded question, but former cricketers, commentators, even current players are shocked and surprised at this, because never have you seen such level of hostility and of this nature, of this magnitude, following a single player on a cricket field. This resentment, all directed towards one of your own. India's R. Ashwin, who was involved in the match last night from the Rajasthan team, called for this to stop. In fact, sympathized with Hardik's position and had this to say.
People should remember which country these players represent. It's our country. Fan war should never take such an ugly route. I've said it many times. This is cinema culture. That happens only here. I know there are many things like marketing, branding and positioning. I don't deny it. But have you seen these fights happen in any other country?
He says you won't see this overseas. He's, of course, referring to just cricket. You know, for instance, between a Zach Crawley and Joe Root fans when it comes to England, or Pat Cummins and Steve Smith fans when it comes to Australia. It is happening here in India, he says, because of the movie culture syndrome. I'm paraphrasing him. He says it is the culture of good versus bad that is portrayed in films, and fans treating their superstars here like demigods. So management sidelining Rohit and instating Hardik Pandya has meant somehow that all ire will be directed towards the man who took the job. So what will stop this? We thought it would be Rohit Sharma, the man supposedly pushed aside, the one who Mumbai still sees as a leader, and he did his best to be there and show his support to Hardik Pandya on the field last night. He applauded Hardik's efforts and even tried shushing the crowd now and then. Clearly, that is also not enough. So what is the solution? I would say win and keep winning. The only way you can shut a crowd is to start winning. Simple as it sounds, and yet so tough to do. But maybe take a leaf out of the Aussie handbook, and as much as many of you would not like it, Pat Cummins, the captain of the Australian cricket team, said this before that World Cup final against a red-hot Indian side that was unbeaten in the tournament. He said he wanted to silence the crowds. Seemed cocky and full of arrogance back then, and many probably thought to themselves, here goes the Aussie talking up the talk before he can even do the walk. But the team followed that up with a superb performance. He managed to silence that crowd, that massive crowd at the Narendra Modi Stadium, and even won them over. Look at the way the crowd here in India adores Pat Cummins as he leads the Hyderabad franchise at the T20 League. And I'm not saying fans need to be won over. And in this scenario, that seems really unlikely and tough. But one other sure shot way to cancel the noise is just to unplug it. And Hardik Pandya can only do that by rallying his troops and getting wins under their belt. That said, though, there were actually a lot of memorable things that came out of the game last night, like the rise of Riyan Parag, the youngster in the Rajasthan ranks, sedate, sensible half-century to see Rajasthan through, the terror of Trent Boult and his bowling partner Nanjberger, who says he didn't want to take up cricket, it was just a side profession. In the power play overs, they seemed deadly, proving Trent Boult is one of the best in the world. And then, of course, the unbelievable catches, starting with the captain at the start, Sanju Samson behind the wicket. Rajasthan took some stunning catches in the field that just added all the pressure on Mumbai and really made the difference in the game.